the book on page 29 for visionary leadership, they have discussion questions after each section. And so I decided that at least to start, and this process obviously might change because how you reflect on something might depend on how you learn, but for this, I decided to go through the discussion questions and organize them into the different parts of the standard and just think about what my thought process was after visionary leadership. So I started to pull this into a site, and so that first one was visionary leadership, and then there are different parts of that first standard. So here's an example. So the discussion question, and then I have a Google document where I'm drafting this because obviously if I'm posting it on a site, that's what I kind of want my final reflection and thoughts to be. So I'm going through the discussion questions and just answering them. And I noticed, and I was telling Tammy this before the session started, they're really challenging. It's difficult and it's really getting me to think. So one of the questions I was struggling with was, what is like the technology vision at your school? And so I emailed my T-Spec and I emailed my assistant principal and I was like, so what's our technology vision? And they're like, we don't have one, but it would be nice if we got one. So just thinking through, and I'm trying not to get overwhelmed and thinking, okay, now my to-do list is growing. I feel like it's more about, okay, who am I as an SBTS and what are things that are important to me? What am I already doing? So for example, how am I already an advocate? And I think that a lot of us can relate to, like, this is how I'm already advocating for technology in my school. But then certain things that I'm like, I don't really know what the Fairfax County vision is. Like, I have an idea, I can imagine that technology is important, but I haven't really like read it online. And so just going back and looking at how that's developed and changed, and I was looking back at like the early 2000s, and that was funny. That was like a 40-page document, and then you get to like 2015 and it's developed into a 200-page document. So just kind of looking at the history because it is just rapidly changing. So that's kind of my plan right now for reflection, is hashing everything out in a Google Doc and then taking my reflection and posting it on a website. But I'm going to use the discussion questions in the book as my guide. So yeah.